I'd like to welcome everybody to the current semester here at Kingsborough Community College. Actually, we're in my home office. Let me welcome the new students. Welcome to college. Welcome to Kingsborough. For the returning students, you guys should know what the deal is at this point. The course, this is a common introduction for all the courses that I'm teaching this semester, just to give you an idea how to get started for those who aren't sure. And I'd ask the guys who have been around for a while to, kind of bear with me and listen to it to make sure you got all the information, because it'll be worthwhile. I'm going to try to make this brief. Your course may not be ready for prime time that is ready for you because I'm recording this before the start of the semester. However, you will get an email from me, probably with a link to this video, which I will be putting up on YouTube, which will explain how to go about doing the course and how we're going to succeed and make you much better students and make you accomplish all the objectives of the course. And I mean, one of my objectives is that you enjoy what you're doing, you have a good time. I mean, look, I know this. For some of you, this is just something you're doing to get a better job, to improve yourself, which is good. That's important. But it doesn't mean that you can't have fun at the same time. Okay, well, let us get into it right now. And let me just, for the brand new students, the ones who have been here probably know how to do this, just to give you an idea about where we want to go. On the screen that you're looking at is the Kingsborough homepage. Circa, that is, in the year of 2020. In fact, if you look down in the corner, you'll see it says it's March 5th. Did I say 2020? I meant 2021. Okay, now you found out that I too am fallible. That is, I do make mistakes sometimes. I misspeak. And by the way, that's why you should pay careful attention to what's going on. And that's the advantage of having a video, because you can actually roll back and listen to it again. And if something I'm saying seems like it doesn't make some sense, well, sometimes I misspeak, so it's worth sending me an email and making sure you understood the point. Or if it's an in-person class, which raising the question in class, to make sure you understood what it was that I was saying. Okay, moving on. I want to just kind of give you a brief introduction to how to navigate a course in online, or at least one of my courses online. Now, what you're looking at in the background, I'm down in the corner probably. Let's see how I set it up when I finish this recording. But you'll see the Kingsborough website. Now, the most important thing for you to do in any of these courses is to be able to find your way to Blackboard. And there are a couple of you found your way to Kingsborough because somehow you enrolled yourself here. And you got admitted, you're enrolled, and you got this far. Okay, so from here, good idea is we want to start logging into Blackboard. But let me go through, I'm going to give you one way of getting into it. If you have another way that works, that's great. But this is for those who might get a little bit lost. You can stop this video, roll it back, and watch it a little bit more carefully. But what I like to do is to go up here, and I will just type CUNY, C-U-N-Y, the City University of New York.edu. And from here, we come to the CUNY portal, the City University's portal, which is a good entrance to anything in the City University. Kingsborough Community College is part of the City University. Okay, so we're going to go to login, and you probably have gotten here because you notice we can log into CUNY first, but that's not where we're going now. We are going to log into Blackboard because I want to give you an idea how to navigate through this. Okay, well, I'm going to log in. I'm probably going to delete some of this because, or at least obscure the vision. And not that it really matters because I change my password regularly, so you're not going to get in anyway. Okay, and you're probably, once you log in, by the way, you put it, whatever your student ID is, and then it leaves you that login stuff, so that will get you logged in. There are instructions on the Kingsborough webpage how to get to Blackboard, but this is how we got to Blackboard. And over here, yours is going to be laid out similarly depending on the resolution of the screen. If you don't have high enough resolution, I'm just going to show you what this can look like. Let me make sure I'm going in the right direction. Maybe I'm not going like maybe I can't show you how to do it. Oh, it should be control. Okay. Notice, if you have a very low resolution screen, it's going to look a little bit different for you. In fact, it's maybe going to be easier if you have a normal, well, 500, okay, down. I have a pretty high resolution screen. I get this, and this is the page you come into to Blackboard. Notice you're on Home in Blackboard, and notice it says My Courses. Yours will probably say something about the courses you're taking here. It says Courses where I'm an instructor, and I'm just going to pick one of these out at random to give you an idea what my courses look like, because I arrange them more or less all of the same. So, if, for example, let me pick the first one, Criminal Justice Ethics. I know this semester I'm teaching only ethics. I'm teaching criminal justice ethics, business ethics or ethical problems in business and society, and 2 sections of Introduction to Ethics. Okay, so we log in, and you'll see a page that sort of looks like this once Blackboard is ready for you. I know this semester I'm running a little bit late, so please excuse me and bear with me, but it will still be up before the first day of the semester. And just to give you an idea, the way things work in Kingsborough, some people register a little bit late. I try not to make things, I certainly don't punish anybody for not getting things in on time the first week. But, and let me give you something that looks more like what the students' view will look like. I can do that by going over there. Okay, so this will look more, now we're looking at a course that I had from a previous semester, and it's towards the end. Over here on the left side, you will see a menu, unless you have very low resolution, and then you will have to hit a little, let me see, display course menu in a window. Okay, there'll be something to pop up this main window. If you're having problems, there are tutorials on getting. It won't say student preview mode because you'll be in your own mode. Okay, but I want to give you an idea. So the way I arrange it, we have a home page, which is what you're coming to. We have, in fact, I get rid of the announcements page because you get to the announcements over here right from the front page. Then it'll tell you course information, and what you'll find in here is information about the course. Here, the syllabus. Maybe in this case, I have some. I had one this semester. I had a required reading. Here are some recommended required book. Here are some recommended books. I usually try to have no required books. I always make suggestions, and I draw from readings from here and there, and very very good places. I try to take the best of everything, and the most by the best I mean the most understandable to the students. So over there you'll find information about the course. If you click on either of these files, one of them is a Word document, the other one is a PDF, an Adobe Acrobat document. Usually everybody can read Adobe Acrobat. Okay, and if you click on one of those, you will see information about the course. And it'll become important that you understand this, but I will go through that with your first in your first week. The next thing, course contents. There's going to be 2 things. You'll see course contents, and there'll be a couple of weeks listed below. Now, there are 2 ways of getting into it. What I will keep live here is just the current week, the following week, maybe 3 weeks out, and I will start rotating it. So yours will say week 1, week 2, week 3, or maybe week 1 and 2, or at the beginning of the semester, maybe you'll only see week 1, but let me just explain to you how to navigate through this. And the idea is that one way you can get into this stuff is by going into course contents. And notice we'll see week 1. And one thing nice about all my courses is they are more or less set up consistently. So the first thing you'll see is a welcome message. And now I've changed it. I had one personalized for each of my courses. I just am trying to minimize the number of recordings I have to make. So now I'm going to have a common one for every semester. Maybe I'll get to the point where I'll just have a generic one out there. But that, if you're listening to me here, somehow you got to see that. You might want to skip over it. You could watch it again. But the idea is once you get into one of these week folders, what you're going to do is go down. You're going to find things like there's a video to watch, an assignment to do, and then I'm going to have video to watch, Sometimes usually I'll give you the resources that are available to the video. That is the PowerPoint slides, because oftentimes what I'm doing is I'm talking about something, but I'm navigating through a preset plan, which is captured in my PowerPoints. But you should still sit down with a pen and paper, good idea, and take notes. And in fact, what's nice about doing the course online and looking at the videos, or even if you're in an in-person class, for my classes, I put the videos up so if you don't understand something in class, you can watch it again and go back through it more carefully. Okay, and as we go through, I have some clips of amusing things that you'll see. And then I have another assignment here. Introduce yourself. I'm asking you, it's a discussion board. You will have to do these from time to time. And if you see below here, I leave open discussions. See my grades. We now have some other things. I think we have a link to the library in the latest semester. Help might help you out, but basically, if you can get to the home page, course information you might need from time to time, course content. But here's what the first week is going to look like. So start from the top and start working your way through. If it's an assignment, click on it. The first assignment actually is just to send me information about yourself in an email, because that way I will have the real email address, because I have noticed that many students, actually it's gone down over the years, but many students don't even check their Kingsborough account. So I want to make sure to have your real email address, the one that comes on your phone or whatever you check frequently, so that you don't miss out on any of these messages. I want to know what your first name, your last name is. I'm actually asking you now to identify, what they like to call now your pronouns. We now have a law in the city of New York that we have to refer to you with everybody has to refer to other people in the pronouns that they want, regardless of their biological sex. Okay, well, it actually helps me to understand who I'm talking to, so that when I can write you an email directly to you, I can address you as a person. So it's usually he, she, or they, however you want to be identified. I'm not getting into that. It is an ethics course. I don't want to violate any ethical rules, but that's where we want to be. Now, the next thing I have is actually a little quiz asking you about some information about yourself. And part of the reason I'm doing this stuff is, in the first week, is I'm trying to get you to use all the parts of Blackboard that we're going to use throughout the course, so that you will learn how to do it, and it doesn't come up to the point where you need to submit something and it's the night before and you don't know how, and it isn't working because you're going to be a little bit nervous about submitting something in time, or you may be a little bit nervous about submitting something on time, and all of a sudden when things don't work, you make more mistakes. Okay, but here I have a bunch of videos about the course objectives. I introduce myself. Right after this is actually going to be assigned for you. That's where the introduce yourself assignment is going to be in my current iteration. Something telling you about success in the course. Okay, here a couple of videos, just to cute little videos from, at least I think they're cute, from a movie, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which is kind of gives you an idea about why I'm doing certain things, and furthermore why or why not. Why you should not do certain things in the class. And then in the class, oftentimes I like to do right in the first class, kick it off, starting to talk about the content. In this case, it's a moral problem. And then there's something that we're going to be doing a lot. That is, I'm going to ask you to reflect on what's going on, or to answer a question about the video you just saw. I'm going to pose an example. It poses an ethical problem in this case, and I'm asking you to comment on it. Then I will have several videos on navigating through Blackboard, probably repeating some of this stuff. Then what I want you to do is actually download the syllabus, and I'm going to ask you in another assignment to upload the syllabus 2 places, because when you write an essay, and you're going to probably have to write at least one essay or maybe a paper during the course of the semester, depending on whether it's writing intensive or not. If it's writing intensive, you will be writing at least one paper during the course of the semester. If it's not, you will be writing at least one essay. And So you're going to download and upload it. So you're going to read it, and then I'm going through a series of videos explaining what's going to happen, explaining, class rules, explaining the gradings of assignment. And now down at the bottom, oftentimes you're going to see a resources used. Let me just see what's in here. It should be powerful. Okay, sometimes I will, if I make reference to or if I have you watch a video, I'll have the video down there again, and I will also have, here I have some announcements. I don't know if you're going to have that. But that was just the basic overview. Now I want to say welcome to my course. I hope you have a great semester, and I just encourage you to go through and take your time and go through step by step. Don't worry about sending me a message. If you're confused about something, send me an email message. I will get back to you. And by the way, use that Gmail address, prof as in professor, legum @gmail.com. And by the way, for those of you who know a little French, it's not vegetable. It's vegetable minus the E. It's actually stems from a town in Lithuania the name comes from, but the way to remember it is, it means in Latin of law. And I know everybody here is a scholar of Latin. No, you don't have to know any Latin to get through this course. I'm just trying to give you some mnemonic devices, some things that are going to jog your memory to help you remember the email, the critical email address. Send me an email. You're going to make mistakes in the email. Don't worry about it. I can live with it. Don't be hesitant to ask a question. Ask a question. I'm only going to hold it against you a little bit. Welcome to the semester. Have a very good semester, and we will be in touch.